Welcome back to the web. This is session number 2 with our guest Lanny as we discuss racial inequality and injustice. This current administration played a blind eye to what's really going on, the racial injustice currently going on. Can you elaborate on now and on history to give us a better perspective as a black man living in America?
Well, it goes a little further than just this administration. This administrations long before this one that put us in this situation. This administration just showed us up front without hiding it. You know, when you have somebody that's actually going to tell you how they feel about you, you would have more respect for that person because at least you know where they're coming from versus somebody that would not tell you anything and would smile in your face and then turn around and stab you in the back when you're not looking and then try to help you pull the same knife that they put in your back, pull it out to watch you bleed out. So it's difficult because everything is systematically set that way to where like we just seem like every time when we just about get over the hump, when we had Black Wall Street and there were other cities just like it that don't get as much recognition as it should, that it happened, and that once we start really building ourselves and getting to where we're going, they want to step in. When I mean they, I mean the United States government played a very big role along with terrorist groups that were there at the time, like the Nazis. When they start coming over here, they pretty much did their little damage, and then the Ku Klux Klan once they sprung into action, thinking they were here to save the day from the black man. Oh, he's gonna take our women. He's raping them and all. We're not doing any of these things. What's happening is the same people that will call you out for all of your rights and violations that you're doing are the ones actually doing it to you. That's what America is. America was built off the backs of slaves. They know it. They know it. America will sit up there and lie to every country and say that we are the shining city on the hill. I'm not an America hater. I'm an American citizen myself, but I have the right to criticize my own country because I grew up here. My great grandparents and grandparents and grandparents that came over here that were kidnapped. I have that right to speak on that. So I'm not here to like bury America under the rug or glorify America for its, great accomplishments. What I'm here to say is that America is what you make it when you get here. Some people can come here and they can see the American dream, but you have to be asleep to see it.
Right.
If you're awake, it's no longer a dream, it's a nightmare. Mm-hmm. I call it a daymare because you'll actually see that not everything that glitters is gold.
Right.
You'll understand that from the jump when you get here. Because you ever seen like a commercial for a place on TV and you're like, oh, they make it seem like it's so great to be there. Mm-hmm. And then
pause there for a minute. It's not true. That image is not completely true.
No, it's not. Because look at what's happening to its own citizens. At one point in time, let me just give you a brief idea of what I mean by that. And we're going to go all the way back to when Reagan did the war on drugs. And then we'll go from Reagan and come all the way down. We're just going to skip some people. We're just going to start from Reagan when he did the war on drugs, come on down to when we ended up with the crime bill with Joe Biden. And then from the crime bill and the war on drugs, then Bush with the war on terror, and then Obama continuing that. Now we get to the point where we're here with Donald Trump. And after all that war on the drugs and the war on terror and all that stuff, that was targeting us. So here it is. We get to a point now where now that it spread it across not just the black community, but it affected everybody. Now it's a health crisis. Why wasn't it a health crisis at that point in time? If you were so adamant about fighting for justice, if you were so adamant about, really getting these things done, why haven't African Americans received any reparations? The slave owners got it. The Indians, they got their land appropriated, even though most of their treaties were violated through the same people that had the deals with them. It was just, when you really hear the truth about America, you find that America was, formed off of violence, casualties of war, off of other people's money, off of other people's free labor. America is not what they teach you when you get here. They give you this grand speech of patriotism, but if you point out to them, how was America formed? They will give you all these wonderful ideas about 1776 and the 4th of July, America's great country. They'll talk to you about the Revolutionary War. They'll talk to you about the Civil War. But little do you know, most of these wars were fought over currency, property, slavery, and women. Basically. And women. Because think about it. Most countries, when they went to war, if they were ever defeated, it was from the inside, right? And it was usually the two most powerful men fighting over whatever the case was. I'm not saying that America was fighting over a woman.
Right.
What I'm saying is, if you look back through history, you will see that, in certain countries, they fought over their women. Like, for instance, the Battle of Troy. You knew for a fact that why would you sit up there and, have this woman come with you, knowing that would have caused some conflict. But I'm a little off topic, just for the time being.
Right.
But if you think about it, that's pretty much how America is. It gets off topic. With America, it's like 1 minute, and I can't say that America is just all bad, because America has some good points. America does come through. America does help out when it needs to. But sometimes it's just by sheer luck that you have the right people in place to do it. Truly don't believe that somebody that knows the job and knows that this is what we're supposed to do, if you're supposed to govern and you're supposed to help people, period. Why would you not do what the job requires instead of what the donors require you to do based off of their donation to your campaign?
All right. We'll talk about this more in depth on our next session.